Hey everybody, it's Jane from Surface Anthology and Chalk Mercantile. Welcome to Paint and Prosecco. The reason I'm calling it that is that it is after 7 o'clock here in Connecticut, and you can hear my dogs barking. I don't normally go on this late. So I was like, wow, this is the first for me. So I poured a glass of Prosecco, and I've got something really, really exciting that I want to talk to you guys about and show you as far as the Iron Orchid paint inlays are concerned. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to take a sip of my Prosecco. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. If you didn't see my previous lives about the Iron Orchid, the new Iron Orchid paint inlays, go check them out. I put them all up on YouTube. They're also here on the Surface Anthology page. I posted them on Chalk Mercantile and also in my free group, the Surface Anthology Society. And I've been testing them because I love them. And I tested them on 2 different types of chalk paint, one that has a built-in sealer, one that's just a pure chalk paint, no top coat built in, no sealer built in. And now I wanted to try them in milk paint because I don't know if anybody's done that yet. I love milk paint. Milk paint is just one of my favorite paints to use. And I wanted to see if this would work. And as you can see on this side, it did. So what this little step back cupboard, this is one of my little vintage antique pieces that I collect. And this one's super cute. My camera's not up high enough, but it's actually made with, I think it was fruit or vegetable crates. It was painted when I got it in kind of a really yucky, I don't know what kind of paint it is, but I just love it. And as one of my wonderful watchers, Cheryl, knows, I can't resist these little antique pieces, little vintage pieces of these tiny doll furniture and salesman samples. I just love them. Whenever I see them, if I can afford them, I buy them. So what I did is I painted this originally in Miss Mustard Seed, one of my favorite colors, Mora. And by the way, you guys, I am a Miss Mustard Seed stockist, and I'm getting all the new products in soon. So I'll be doing a live about that. They've reformulated. It's now being made in the United States. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I can't wait. Those are coming in soon. But I did a thick and pretty wet coat on this door. I put the inlay in. I waited an hour and I peeled it up, and there it is. This is the Rose Chintz. And I think it looks pretty good. I did forget up here, like I have been doing, I forgot to cut off the margin. So when you guys get your paint inlay, you'll see right there, there's a margin. You've got to cut that off. Just follow it up, get a ruler. I just use scissors and cut it off, because otherwise you're going to line up the edge of the paper and not the edge of the design. And that's what I did here. If it bothers me, I'll just cut a thin slice, match the design, and put it right in there. But anyway, I waited, I misted, I pulled off the inlay, and look at that. I mean, how wonderful is that? So here's a side I did at the same time, and it is one that I used before on one little section. You can see by the dark paint, that was in that cute little, the color is called Amethyst, this really cute little piece that I did. So let's see how this side comes out. So I'm going to grab my water, and you just need to mist it. just so that the paper releases. And then you need to wait about 30 seconds. And while we're waiting, I'm going to mention the Painted Cottage Facebook group that our next workshop is coming up on the 29th. It's a free group. Go and join. Myself and I think we have 4 other decorative painters are going to be doing a group workshop. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you join the Painted Cottage. All right, you guys, let's see. I think I'm going to take another sip of my Prosecco. You guys, I love champagne. I love any sparkling wines, as long as they're dry. And I thought after a very hard day of work today, I thought I'd pour myself a glass. So good. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to pull it off at an angle. See what I'm doing here? I'm not pulling it up like this. I'm pulling it off at an angle. And I have to be careful of the edges. And if you watched my previous tutorials, that's the one little spot that I notice has gotten stuck a little bit. So I'm going to pull that up. And it may be because I'm not wetting the edges enough, but I'm just really careful about it, so it hasn't been a problem. And I did, by the way, there are these little tiny knobs, and I kind of cut around them as I was placing. All right. There's that edge again. How sweet is that? Now, the big difference is right here. This is where I had previously used one little section of this inlay. Everything else is bright and gorgeous. And what I'll probably do, you know what? I kind of like it. I'm going to have to kind of live with it a couple of days, look at it standing up. But if it bothers me, what I'll do is get another piece, and you could just match it up. Here's a piece that I didn't use previously, and I'll just put it on that area again. I'll apply, here's my milk paint. I'll just apply milk paint to that area and then put the inlay down again to remedy that. Now, remember, when in my previous tutorials about this, I told you to save your inlay after it's been used. So that's the section. The used section is the section that did not transfer well in the milk paint. I've used previously used inlays. You can use them sometimes 2-3 times and keep getting the image into your paint. And I've done that with chalk paint, and it worked really well. With the milk paint, not so much. That's what I'm saying. But I think it looks really beautiful. I'm so excited that I can use this in my beloved milk paint. And there you go. So give it a shot. There's a learning curve. I always tell everybody, and I don't have my test with me, if you're working on a big piece, a dresser, an armoire, do a test with the paint that you use, because every paint line is different. And don't rush it. When they say to leave it on there to dry for an hour, you can even go a little bit beyond that. And when you touch it, it should feel nice and dry. And then when you go to spray it, wait a little bit longer than the 30 seconds. Kind of push things a little bit that way to see how it works. All right, let me know, you guys, if you have any questions in the comments. Let me know if you use the new paint inlays. I think they're great. I'm just like over the moon that it works with milk paint. And anything else, any comments, put them down there. I'll do my best to answer them. You guys have a wonderful evening. I hope you find some creative time, and I'll see you soon. Happy painting, everybody.